Hello, this is Ariana Antonio for MDF1 1402, and this is my week 2 project review. So for this week, I went ahead and created a tabbed application that has 3 tabs on it, and the first one needed to have a navigation controller on it with some child views, and so here are those. And then for the second tab, I also put a navigation controller on it just because for consistency purposes it kind of made sense rather than suddenly using a different method. And the third one, I didn't have any child views, so I just created a label at the top so that it stayed looking consistently with everything else. And they all also used UI view controllers to store information in a list on the page, and these two also had custom objects associated with them, as well as this one, and this one had custom cells associated, while this one used one of the detail style. So as a result, I have quite a few files going down here, and only towards the end did I realize you could finally put everything into groups. So some of my thumbnails are groups like that. Otherwise, everything else I'll need to kind of move around and put into groups to kind of clean this all up a bit. But as you can see, there's a lot of view controllers for the various views that I have. There's custom cells and custom classes. I could take you through all this code, but there's a lot of it. And as you can see, here's me creating the custom classes for the poses, which I actually did last week since that was the same controller as last week. And my detail view controller, most of it's pretty similar to what we were doing last week, just creating more of it and going into more detail and making sure everything kind of fits together. So I will go ahead and run the app for you and show you what's going on this week in the app. And there's a lot of pictures loaded into it as well as an audio file, so it definitely takes a bit to load up. But I did add a launch image this week with a sort of, dummy app name as well. So there's my launch image. And then here's my first tabbed view. And again, it's the same as last week. Click on it, go to the same page as last week. I changed some of the pictures since I didn't like the watermarks. My next child view is a timer. So once you say select a pose that you want to do, if you want to do it for 30 seconds or a minute or whatnot, you can click to the timer and you can go ahead and start it, and you can choose to have some music that I put in there on or off. So you start and there's the music. I think you can hear that a little bit. And then we can stop it, or you can switch the music off and just have it run the timer. So this was kind of my extra page and something just sort of fun that I wanted to learn how to do this week that I thought, could conceivably be in an app as well, or a yoga app. And so down here are my tabbed views. I put in some custom images. I especially like this pose one. And we go to the next tab, which has 5 pieces of information on it. These are news articles from Full Sail's library about various yoga type things. And you go to it and it's got the article information, the name, who wrote it, the date, and the actual article. And then if you want to go to the actual page for the article, that has the link in it. Now, because I'm not signed in on this sort of device, it won't take me to the actual article. It's going to tell me to log into Full Sail's library, but that link is set up for that article. And then, so let's just get out of this. And as you can see, I also added a icon this week as well. And then for my last tab, this one was just supposed to be freeform, but using an object to create 3 methods custom. And so this one I also do a UI table view, but they're not necessarily clickable. They don't go anywhere else. This is just all the information on the page. And so these ones display information about the different types of yoga that you can do. There are quite a few of them. So I have a title, I have information about it, and then they each have a background image. I wasn't going to have the background images on it, but I realized when I was about to do this and turn it in that it said we needed 3 items, so I went ahead and added that in there. So that is my app this week. And in terms of things that I could have done better, I mean, this, isn't ideal. It's a little cluttered. I feel like this structure also, design-wise, doesn't look as great. I'm definitely, now that I know that I have these, that I can create groups and put stuff into it, I'll definitely put the pose images and the background images all into their own folders, just kind of organizing things a bit better to make it a little easy to go around. Other than that, I think, we didn't really learn a whole bunch extra this week, that was at least difficult. So that gave me time to kind of play around and do some fun things like adding the timer with the music. So I think all in all, a pretty good week. That's it. Thanks so much. Bye.